Tell me what to do. Tell me.
Plug,
this is how it's gonna start.
Plug the podcast.
This is gonna happen. This is how it begins.
I think I make that choice.
This Thursday. How is that?
Well, I guess we should address
this.
Never mind.
I was addressing the set. That's exactly what I was. Oh, look at what's behind me. A different set. Fuck you, Alex. Listener, write in. Tell Alex to fuck off in the comments. The reason we're fighting right now is because we are under a lot of stress. We are under a lot of stress because this Thursday, my new podcast with Josh Johnson comes out. It's called What's News with You. And it's really fucking good. And we're really excited about it. But a lot is going on. So just set your little calendar. I'll put out a reminder. But you set your little calendar. Thursday at some time in the morning. The newest, funniest podcast on the net. On the net. What's News with You? With me and Josh Johnson. And we will be taking your voicemails and responding to them on the podcast. It's very, very fun. And it has all your favorite guests and some new guests that you might not know. Anything you want to add?
And this week...
Fun one this week, a little different than we normally do. We're reacting to one of your stories. It's technically a You're Having Gay Sex. If you guys didn't know, every week on the Patreon, we put out us reacting to your stories. So if you sign up for the Patreon, you can listen to this every week. But this week was so fucking funny that we are going to release it as a main. And then, yeah, if you want more of this type of content, patreon.com/WHGS, you can get up to 4 bonus episodes a month. And obviously I'm going on tour. I'm going to Dallas. I'm going to Raleigh, and then Portland, Oregon, Philly, lots of fun, great cities coming up. All right. Thanks you guys.
Xerox comes over to buy drinks and I think, fuck it. I'm in the big city and I will not be my usual socially anxious fly on the wall self today.
Yes, let's go.
Yes.
So I compliment their tattoos because this is the only way I know how to express interest in someone. Lamau. Xerox asked to make out again, and I very awkwardly turned to my friends and go, "Oh, we're gonna go make out over there. Is that okay?" Because I am autistic and ridiculous.
See, this is where I would want their friends to go.
Are you diagnosed?
You are having gay sex. Are you having
What's
gay
wrong, Kate?
sex?
You don't like how we do it without you?
I like it too
This
much.
is
Having gay sex. You are having gay. You're just having. Okay,
that's enough.
Gay sex.
It's perfect.
With the return of Kate Sisk.
With no soundboard because I left the wire in Houston. Beow, 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 beow.
Oh no.
I'm sorry about that.
That's okay.
We're having a lot of problems today.
Remember, I famously can't make that sound with my mouth because you say it sounds like Beethoven. I tried
Oh, right. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, you always do it on the weird flat on the
I
end
don't know.
to make it sound like Beethoven.
Every time I hear somebody do it accurately, I think, how do they do that? Because I can't.
But-
Incapable.
Real quick, just because people listen up front always, do you want to plug your upcoming show?
Yes.
Just so people up front can hear it? There's going to be a lot of
because
people
this is
tuning
going up
in.
probably today. This isn't the camera. That's the camera. Kate,
that one
plug your stuff.
with their
This one.
Okay.
Wait, I thought it was that one.
Not for your having gay sex.
Oh, I've been looking at the wrong camera for
Well,
months.
it depends. If with 3 people, I'll put it on the wide normally. But
Yeah.
when it's just people on the couch, I just set it to the couch cam.
Okay, sweet.
Sorry, we're interrupting serious business.
Sorry. You
I
plug. You
don't want to
plug.
deliver my important plug
Plug.
into the wrong camera.
No,
Okay,
this one.
listen to me.
Listen to Kate.
Listen to me right now.
Listen to them.
I'm doing my hour of stand-up as part of the New York Comedy Festival on Wednesday, November 13th of 2024. It's at the new UCB Theater in Manhattan. It's going to be very fun. I'm going to have some special guests on it to be announced. And it's at 8:30 p.m. So Wednesday, November 13th, 8:30 p.m. UCB. Me, an hour of stand up. And if you're not in New York, please, I cannot stress this enough. Please follow me on Instagram at @TheKateSisk and sign up for my mailing list, which is on the link on my Instagram.
It's so important. It really helps, guys. I've been seeing a lot of you out in the wild saying you listen to the podcast, but you're not on my mailing list. So I know you're not on Kate's mailing list. And if you were, you know what? Then fine. That's your choice. That's really up to you. That's your preference. But what I'm saying is listen to us.
Please. They tell you when they tell you, oh, you don't have enough Instagram followers, you need more. So if you like me, please help my whole life by following me, and please get on the email list. I was just in the Midwest, and then people were like, "Oh my God, you were in the Midwest," and I was like, "You would have known if you're on my email list."
Exactly. Yeah. Isn't it infuriating?
Yeah.
You don't look at them as people anymore. You look at them. You look at them as $25 not in your pocket, blowing away in the wind. 2 crisp bills. 2. How did that happen?
I was in Chicago,
fun,
Milwaukee, and Madison.
Fun, very fun.
Yeah, one of my closest friends from college lives in Madison, and I had not visited her in the 10 years that she's lived there.
Did you do comedy on state or?
No. I was at a smaller venue there, but it was very, very fun.
Madison is fun.
I liked Madison a lot.
Very fun town.
It had a cool vibe. Milwaukee, I spent limited time actually in Milwaukee.
Yeah, yep. Milwaukee's a place.
I was mostly in the suburbs.
Yeah.
I stayed with my friend's parents.
And Chicago's great.
Yes.
Chicago's maybe my favorite city outside of New York.
So it was just like when we went and did Zany's Rosemont.
Yes.
And we spent like such limited time there. I spent even less time there this time. So I need to do like a proper trip to Chicago.
The last time I was in Chicago, I actually went, but the first time, we were at the mall.
Yeah.
We were in a parking lot.
Yeah. We saw the Bean.
We did. We saw the Bean.
And we went to Chrissy's house, and that was about it.
Yeah, that's all we did.
This time I was there for literal hours. I landed, I walked around, I did the show, and then my friend picked me up mid-road trip and brought me up to the Milwaukee suburbs.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
Well, good. I'm really glad that you're here. Everyone is going to be so stoked. You know, obviously a regular little thing. When's Kate going to come back? When's Kate going to come back?
Oh, that's nice.
So, yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm sure you know. I'm sure you get weird DMs being like, I missed you. I miss your laugh, Kate.
That, you know what? That's a big one, actually.
I miss your laugh on the pod. It's not the same. Yeah, I mean, I miss your laugh on the pod. Makes me feel very funny.
Yeah, it's good to be back.
Haven't felt that in a long time. But,
what's this chair of your face?
I make the co-host sit on my face.
So much lore.
Yeah, there's a fair amount of lore.
I missed the lore of the face pillow.
Yeah. It's not, there's really not much. I just go sit on my face. And most of the time I forget. But when I remember, I say sit on my face. Yeah. And then it happens.
I guess the catch is most of the lore I remember from your days was related to your house repair issues.
Oh yeah, that's right. How is your?
Did you?
Well, we might be doing a solo episode on the next episode, so we might have a ton of time.
We can talk about house here. House is pretty good. I can't remember when this happened. Maybe I was here. I can't remember. We got new siding and new roofing.
Oh, the leak.
Yeah, so it's waterproof, but the interiors that got damaged from the water, we haven't really repaired yet. This was actually very funny. Speaking of DMs from lesbians, I got one DM from a lesbian who was like, do not do the drywall yourself. Do not. And then I got a DM from another lesbian who said, you can do drywall. It's easy.
And who did you listen
who looked
to?
More correct.
They both seemed like they were an authority on the matter.
Well, they were two lesbians.
Well,
yeah.
Damn, that's awesome.
Disagreement.
Did you do the drywall yourself?
No, it has yet to be done.
Oh, okay.
Because there are other internal repairs too, like the bay window got very wet. So like, I had somebody come in and give me.
You're really dissuading me from home ownership.
It's definitely a lot.
It seems rough.
Our sewer backed up again, and the guy came, and I was like, so like, what's the deal here? Like, should we just expect this to happen every like 4 years? And he was like, it's New York City, yes.
Oh, that stinks.
And that's why they only give you the warranty for 1 year, because they know it's going to happen again.
Oh, that's so fucked
That
up.
stinks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
It
seems.
stinks literally.
Was it?
Yeah.
I visited my friend in Seattle recently, and lives in their they own a home there. He's living in that family home, and he's like, "Yeah, the house is like slanting." I'm like, what? He's like, "Yeah, we'll figure it out though." I was like, "That seems like a real problem." And he's like, "Yeah."
I watched the M. Night Shyamalan series, Servant, I think it's called.
Oh wait, he has a series now.
It's over. It was on Apple TV Plus. So
Oh, nice.
Of
Why
course,
don't you check
nobody
it out?
knows about
The
it.
2 people that directed my web series have a couple episodes in that.
No way.
Of Servant?
Really?
Yeah, they're directing in it. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Celine and Logan. I don't know if you met them.
Oh
but-
yes, I did.
Yeah.
A long time ago. Well, I loved Servant, but a like subplot of it was like while all the bad magic is happening, their very old family home is also starting to like break in the basement and stuff is starting to seep up. So that's like the vibes I get every time a new problem is here. I'm like, is it just an old house or am I haunted?
Yeah, for real. Dude, New York house they're rough, man. New York, every building in New York.
I
is
think
a
that's why
problem.
you gotta
It's the
go
eternal.
In New York, you got to go like in an apartment building, like condo style,
Yeah.
or co-op style.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
co-op
but
style.
the HOA fees are so high. It's like
Yeah.
paying rent and a mortgage.
Yeah, but the sewage isn't in your
That is true.
home.
That's actually true.
So
That's a little known fact. When you live on the 5th floor, the sewage it doesn't.
it doesn't quite make it up that high.
4th, you could still be fine.
Yeah.
It's New York City, baby. But 5th, you're probably
Person on the first floor.
The advantage of a walk up.
The sewage is back.
But yeah, we painted the doors. The garden's doing good.
That's
We
great.
painted the bathroom.
Gardening is
bedroom's
supposed to
next.
extend your life.
That's
Like people who
interesting.
garden, they often
Really?
live to 100 in the countries where gardens are taken seriously.
Dang.
Yeah,
That's kind of
yeah.
sick.
Chelsea's mostly the garden.
Does she
person.
wear big old gloves?
Yes, we have
and a
gloves,
hat?
and she has overalls.
Nice.
Yo.
Yeah.
That's
So
nice.
what's growing in the garden?
We
You
got
have like a huge.
You have like a dick
the
eggplant.
zucchini or a
yes, the
A
zucchini.
a girthy
So,
zucchini.
girthy,
Yes.
girthy. Yeah.
The zucchinis were girthier than ever. Next year, Chelsea wants to do them raised so that they grow like hanging down, and so then you can see them and you can pick them more frequently.
Huh.
So you have many
they don't
more
get so girthy.
less girthy
Yeah.
zucchinis to do with what you will, but they're fittable. At them,
Right,
so-
exactly. I was gonna say you can't fuck the zucchini if it's too big.
Yeah.
Rather have them be too small than too big. That's what I always say about
Yeah.
fucking my zucchinis.
Right. Classic gardening tip. They say, you know what, in terms of living longer, better life, I heard that acquaintanceships are very important for a long
Yeah,
life.
it is that.
which is
I mean, I don't know
interesting.
about long life, but in terms of your general happiness,
Yeah.
just random people that you talk to regularly.
I went to a talk where they were like, it literally can improve your physical health. Like somebody who is well connected to other people, like a scrape on their arm. Like they did this as a test a while ago, where they would like
They stabbed
punch.
you.
They would like punch a piece of like a hole punch of skin out of your arm, and the people who were like well connected to other people literally healed faster than the people who weren't.
Did they? I'm assuming they factored for all kinds of things.
Yeah, it was like a huge
sample
years
size.
long.
Oh, wow.
Study. Yeah,
Wow, that's pretty incredible.
yeah.
So who are you talking to in the neighborhood?
We're friends with our neighbors, which I like. We have some new neighbors that we made friends with, which is nice. Both of our new neighbors have little children. So it's kind of a new vibe to the neighborhood.
That's
'Cause definitely
fun.
there's a lot of older people on the block, or people with adult children, or then some grandchildren. But so that's kind of like a
Yeah.
younger circle of life kind of thing. And what other acquaintanceships?
I have
the
Tim.
guy who works at Crown Fried Chicken. We're not on a
Nice.
first name basis, but we enjoy seeing each other. At the pharmacy, I need so many medicines that I don't have to say my name anymore. They know who I am.
Wow.
All of them. There's like, it's a
Hey,
pharmacy.
Kate, feeling masculine today?
Wait, oh my God. Okay, yeah. I'll tell you that funny story briefly. I went in for. I didn't want to go to the fucking Walgreens or CVS anymore because they couldn't do it right. They were always getting it wrong, right? So I was like, I'll go local. And also it's a 2-minute walk, so like you can't beat that.
Yeah.
So I go in there and I'm getting the testosterone, and I was like, but I need 2 different size needles, one to draw it into the syringe and the other one to put it in.
Yes.
And
I know slightly about this now because I did my estrogen for freezing my eggs.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
How long did that take?
Like 2 or 3 weeks.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought it was like multiple menstrual cycles.
You can, if you're doing multiple cycles, you can do it that way.
I see.
But turns out I'm really fucking fertile.
Just full of the gills with eggs.
Full of them. They're seeping out of my mouth, out of my ears, out of my nose. Eggs. Dozens of eggs.
Human eggs.
Yeah, human eggs.
Just making sure.
Yeah.
That's good.
Not other types of eggs. That'd be weird. Tadpoles. Caviar. Man, that would be a nice problem to have. I'll have caviar. I'm vegetarian. I'd have to be like, hey, Jen, do you want some? What's going on here?
I guess caviar. Yeah.
Maddie's dead, dude.
Wait, but you can eat
Damn.
chicken eggs.
Yeah, I eat chicken eggs.
So then you could eat fish eggs.
That is a very fair question, I think. I would have to figure out how. It's more the process. Because when I get chicken eggs,
you did a free range.
I'm that guy.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
very annoying. I'm looking at all the eggs. If they have like a little camera where I can see where the chickens are, sometimes they do that. And I go,
wait, like you go online.
you go to their QR code on the side of the, yeah.
It's not hanging up in the
No,
grocery store.
no.
Can you imagine how
That could be
bougie
so
the grocery
great.
store would be if they just had like a live feed to everywhere that their products came
exactly. The cows and stuff like that. So, yeah, I eat
Okay.
chicken eggs. But that's a fair, because like fish don't lay eggs. You get them inside the fish. I'm pretty sure.
Well,
I'm pretty sure.
they I mean, in the process of normal reproduction, they do.
Yes.
But in the caviar, yeah,
yes.
I think they
Yeah.
scoop
Yeah.
them. I don't
Alex,
really
do you know about this?
I know. Sorry, I was vetting my stories, and I nodded.
You were happy with them?
Successfully vetted. Sorry.
Successfully vetted.
But we're good.
So I'm at this local pharmacy, right? And first of all, it's the tiniest little place, and there's always 11 people working there.
That's amazing.
Like, there are always more people behind the counter than on the customer side of the counter. Ooh, hiccup. But so I'm like, they don't have the right needle sizes, and I'm like, I need these needle sizes, and they're like, what do you need them for? And I was like, I need them for the testosterone. And they speak like 7 different languages in this in this pharmacy.
That's why they might have 11 people working there.
I think that's
For the
definitely part
course
of
of
it.
the day, for every single international language spoken that comes in.
Essentially,
Yeah.
And so essentially what happened was, I'm talking to one guy, and I'm like, yeah, it's for like the testosterone. He's like, you taking that for like a diet to lose weight? And I was like, no. And he was like, oh, how long you taking it? And I was like, forever. And he's like, oh,
How
okay.
validating.
And so then he like yells out, and he's like, testosterone. And I'm like, oh, so embarrassed already. And then the next person in the next language is like, testosterone. And another language are like, it's just like, I just heard 11 languages of testosterone being yelled across the tiniest pharmacy you can ever imagine. And then
by the third call, someone in the aisle waiting is like, oh, that's what it is.
yeah, by the end of it, everyone in the store had turned to stare at me. At first, it was only the English speakers. But it was very sweet, and he didn't have the right size needles, so he just gave me the wrong size needles for free.
That's kind of tight.
That's
Isn't that
nice.
sweet.
Is
Did
that
they
still
work?
usable though?
They were usable for the drawing in, yeah,
Mm.
but not the pushing out.
Damn.
So what did you have to do? Just get different needles from a different place?
I just waited until the
Yeah.
like Walgreens one came through. But now I just buy them online.
Yeah.
It's not worth
With
it.
My Needle Club or Dollar Needle Club, like Dollar Shave Club.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought this was a real thing.
No.
And I was like, is that how bad diabetes has gotten in this country?
That would be
We're
crazy.
like Dollar Needle Club?
Here's a question. Do you ever see those signs on telephone poles that say "We buy unused insulin strips"? What's
No.
that for?
That's kind of wild though.
I have not seen that.
Okay.
That's I mean,
That's
I guess
'cause,
someone
you know,
needs some insulin.
You'll see something that says, like, we buy houses in cash.
Yes, I
Yeah.
see that all the
Make
time.
quick money now. It's like that thing, except we buy unused insulin strips.
Damn.
I wonder if it's black market to people who need it.
I've also,
That would
who's
be a
that
bummer.
for? Because who's just got a house to sell on hand for some cash? I need some quick cash. Let me sell
Someone
this
in really
property.
bad shape.
Yeah.
Someone
Yeah.
in really bad
It's
shape.
likely somebody who's had a house for a super long time.
Or, like,
and
inherited
now
one,
is in
maybe.
trouble. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, that's bummer. That's sadder than I thought. I was hoping it would have been.
No. Those signs on the side of the road, that's for very, very fair, really good practice
Really?
business owners.
That's how you know that they're negotiating in good faith. is
Yeah, if
they
there's a
have
sign on a
stapled
telephone
a sign
pole.
to a telephone pole, kind of upside down.
Not even
That's
sure.
how you know you're going to get above
Yeah.
asking.
Not even
That's-
sure who's putting out the message. It's just a general call. No name, just a number.
Exactly.
Well, should we do? What are we at? 20?
Yeah. Podcast sense 19, close, but dang.
Let's do
Podcast
it's the one
brain.
skill I have
Podcast brain.
from comedy is that I
The
can
mental time.
I can tell you how many minutes have passed since the beginning of a
Podcast
conversation.
mind. Yeah, I have a few stories queued up. And look, Ashley can tell podcast time at a moment's notice, but you lose yourself in the thick of beautiful gay sex. And we're gonna
Thank you, Alex. That's really nice of
we're
you to say.
read
I really
about it.
appreciate that.
We read about it, and we're gonna read about it. And
Don't you feel so much funnier now that Kate is here?
I do. I do actually. I do. And this story is submitted from fake name George Bush. Pronouns he, they. Gay sex location, gay leather bar.
Oh.
All right. So I had a flight booked for a post-burnout
We no longer do
vacation.
the astrology.
Yeah, astrology's
We don't
been
like it.
axed.
Fair.
None of us know anything about it. So we
Yeah.
got rid
So
of
we
it.
stopped talking about it.
Yeah, we don't do it. It's done.
We used to consult a website, but it never really taught us anything.
And it was also so lengthy and vague.
The other day I was doing crowd work with this woman because I was doing a bit about Mercury being in retrograde, like in the bit, right? And she goes, "No, it's not." Right? So I'm like, okay, now I have to address this. And I was like, I don't care if it's not in retrograde right now. I'm talking about a different time in the joke. And so then I was just doing all this back and forth with her, and I was like making fun of her for being like, oh, like I'm a hip Brooklynite and I love astrology. And I was like, how'd you get into it? And she was like, well, my family has really deep historical cultural Chinese practice. And I was like, I was like, oh my God. And I'm not kidding you. I had gotten the light and I was like, I need to go.
Oh my
That's
God, I've
wild.
never heard that before.
It was very funny
That's
to
kind of
me.
sick. Damn. Well, all right. So I had
That's so funny.
I
You're
had a-
tying the mic cord around your neck as she's saying it.
So I had a flight booked for a post-burnout vacation and managed to convince a bunch of my friends to come out to the city with me for a night of bar crawling.
All right.
We hit up the first of many queer bars for the night, and immediately upon entering the bar, I zero in on this tall trans mask with short hair, fishnets, and a bazillion cool tattoos. I was shook. We'll call them Xerox because they're
Wait,
That's a hate crime.
actually, new thing that we need to have people write in your favorite non-binary name.
Here we go. We'll call them Xerox.
Favorite non-binary name is going into the thing now. Oh my God, Xerox is incredible.
We'll call them Xerox because they're just too cool for a name like Kiosk.
Kiosk is mine.
I see.
Yeah.
Immediately, they complimented my friend's hair and seemed to put feelers out our way. And my friend and I went over to sit at the bar while Xerox continues chatting with their friends. Xerox comes over to buy drinks, and I think, fuck it. I'm in the big city, and I will not be my usual socially anxious fly on the wall self today.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yes.
So I compliment their tattoos because this is the only way I know how to express interest in someone. Lamau.
I see you don't have a single tattoo that I can compliment.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
So intriguing. You don't have any tattoos. But why ever not?
They're really receptive and start chatting it up with us, describing their tattoos and asking us questions. They asked me if my friend, if me and my friend were dating, and I got to be like, nope. And hopefully, get out of the ambiguous, are we trying to be friends or something else zone. Xerox goes
Can I
back
just put out there that I would say most of the time, if you're in a gay bar, they're not trying to be your friend.
maybe. This is outside of my
Majority
realm.
time, especially if it's like solo, like one person to one person.
Yes.
If you have like a group approaching a group, kind of
Then it could
intermixing,
just-
but
yeah,
like
yeah.
one person to one person,
That's
But
kind
it
of
was
this,
one on.
though.
It was one on two.
They're
I guess
both
it-
with their friends, and they're kind of like,
Even if it's
both
still
of them are-
sexual, it could be like a threesome thing. If it's one on two,
true.
you know what I mean?
do you think there's a lesbian so bold at a lesbian bar? Do you think that has ever happened?
There's got to be one. There's got to be
I
one.
think it has probably happened many times.
Oh, I don't think so.
lesbian. How do you think lesbian threesomes happen?
I don't think they do. I've done 2,
Okay.
and I'm not even sure how they happened. They might not have happened at all.
You dreamed them. They were hallucinations.
But so Xerox goes back to their friends, but before they do, says, "Hey, I've got to head out, but make sure you stop the chat before you leave. Also, let me get your numbers." Admittedly, I did not have to do much to fight my social anxiety. They were extremely outgoing and very forward. Ha. Later, we go out to smoke, and Xerox chats with us, saying they're headed to another bar and inviting us to catch up with them. We chat a bit, and I asked if I could look at their tattoo sleeve. It returns to the tattoos. While I'm touching their tattoos, they make eye contact and say, "I do find you very attractive, by the way. I just don't usually date people in their 20s. Thankfully, this didn't end up mattering too much to
Sorry,
them.
I'm trying to find a host.
There's
What just happened?
is
I missed something big.
The Xerox is a DILF.
I can't
Or
wait.
other way
Hang
around.
on. I think. Okay, so yes, Xerox is a DILF. Xerox is a DILF of some type, or at least older than 20.
Okay.
Wait,
Unless
Xerox has a child?
Or-
No, Xerox. No, there's an age. There's an age difference.
Age difference.
Xerox says, you're very attractive. I just usually don't date people in their 20s."
This could
Oh,
also,
okay.
but we don't have enough info. This could
Xerox
also be
is
like a
literally
Sam
just turned 30.
Morrison type. I normally only date DILFs myself, but I might do
Yeah,
a
you're
fellow
right, you're
20-olds this time.
Right. That's
We don't
a good
have
point.
enough info.
That is a very good point.
Thankfully, this didn't end up mattering too much to them because of my dazzling and mature personality. And then it's the emoji going while chatting.
You were just hot enough. It's not your dazzling, mature personality. You were just hot enough. You were hot. That's what did it.
If the it's interesting to me, the social anxiety. Then
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
For real.
Jen's hot and is introverted.
okay, yeah, fair enough.
All right.
While chatting, I find out many things about Xerox, including that they're ex-Mormon, grew up in a punk subculture,
Cool.
and have the exact same birthday as me. They even said their birthday first, so it couldn't have been an elaborate ruse. That's a
Disagree. Xerox could have Googled the phone number, paid for the yellow pages, tracked it back to you, looked up your passport.
Yep, I
Yeah,
agree.
yeah.
I think Kate's right.
They also drop that I am their gender goals. Like, what a compliment. We geek out about tea, as trans masks do, and they take off into the night while we wait to regroup with our pals. At this point, I'm absolutely smitten because I'm a total simp for a chaotic human, and they are endlessly interesting. We meet up with Xerox, and very shortly after finding them outside of the bar they'd gone to, they deadass asked to make out with me while all my friends were just a few feet away. Is it just a me thing that I find that a little awkward?
I find it, yeah. I don't want to make out in front of my friends.
Oh, I feel the opposite. They're at a bar.
I don't want to make out in front of my friends because, like, what if I do something that, like, they make fun of me for later? You know what I mean? Like, what if I have a move that they're like, why did you do that?
I mean, I wouldn't want to have sex in front of my friends, but how wrong could kissing go?
Well,
I'm not saying it goes wrong. I'm just saying, like, maybe I do, like, a little thing that I think is spicy. And they're like, that looked so weird. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, everybody finds out that Ashley puts her foot up like, like a Princess Diaries.
And I asked to be dipped. What's the problem? I want to be dipped.
Damn. Anyways, regardless, we do make out, and the vibes are on.
Ooh.
We're both trans masks, and we bonded about how hard it is to find other trans masks that aren't just into femmes. And they are buying us all kinds of drinks because they are a communist with a really cool job.
I gotta say,
communist with a really cool job, not quite adding up to me.
That is
we're all complicit under the system.
Yeah.
But next round of drinks, I'm a communist and I work at Lockheed Martin.
That is an excellent form of socialism.
I'm paid very well. I will redistribute my wealth in whiskey.
I mean, I guess that kind of makes sense, actually, right? Couldn't it?
Bar socialism?
Because within the system, it's very hard to be a pure communist. So,
but in a bar. In a bar.
Okay, wait. What were you going to say?
Capitalist in the streets, communist in the sheets, communist at the bar.
But they are communists with a really cool job and believe in spreading the good vibes. They ask if we want to go to a gay male leather bar, and I am so down, and my friends, like true homies, agree.
Wait, can I just say one thing, just because I think this listener will appreciate it? Here in New York, I know so many trans masks who fuck men in trans masks.
Yeah.
Like, so many.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just putting that out there.
So it's like, come here and you'll meet some fellow trans masks in the trans
I think
masks.
so. I think so.
I do want to...
I guess maybe it's the same as like how sometimes it takes a while for butches to find one another.
Yeah.
But it still does happen.
Yeah. If you go to upstate New York,
that's what's happening.
It's happening up there. Yeah. If you would like to throuple with two 50-year-old bulldogs and ride sidecar on their Harleys.
If you want to find two short-haired elderly butches, you just scan the QR code on your eggs, and whatever farm it takes you to, that's their business.
So we go to this gay male leather bar. We immediately go back into a red room in the bar where men are just like having sex and blowing each other all over the place while other folks are casually chatting. It was insane. I was both horrified and absolutely geeked to be there. Xerox asked to make out again, and I very awkwardly turned to my friends and go, "Oh, we're going to go make out over there. Is that okay?" Because I am autistic and ridiculous.
See, this is where I would want the friends to go.
Are you diagnosed? I know you've been on a medical journey.
Whoa.
With autism?
ADHD?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just checking in.
Whoa.
That's very funny. Okay, this is where I do get telling the friends to go away.
Yeah.
Because you're in a red room.
Yeah.
And I was like,
yeah.
I also do think it is funny that there are people casually chatting.
Yeah.
Like, the blowing and the fucking doesn't faze me at all. The idea of just like
going
sipping a martini
so
next
you're
to
just
that.
sort of the middleman in between these two industries. That's cool. That's cool.
I'm kind of taking a break right now. Yeah. reassessing where I want to go in life, but
So Xerox is somehow not turned off by this, and we have a really good time. It was so fun to be taking up space as transes in what seemed like a more like a cis gay male locale. Xerox takes us to another bar, and we dance on the tables because that's apparently what they do in that bar. I have never endeavored to be so extroverted in my life. I was definitely propelled by a gay trance, Lamau. Anyways, as suddenly as they disappeared, Xerox abruptly says it's time for them to go home and disappears into the night. Now I'm going back to that city, and they said they're down to hang out, so who knows what shenanigans will ensue. Haha.
nice.
P.S. As a baby, apparently George Bush held my little infant hand. What am I supposed to do with that knowledge now? Anyways, I hope you got
do you
a
think you're
good
trans?
9/11 joke in. Lol. That's George Bush blesses trans upon beautiful children across the United States.
Isn't that a well-known sort of
Yeah.
conspiracy theory?
Yeah.
George Bush turns you trans?
But that's
And if you look at the data, I feel like that might be.
Maybe. Currently,
Correlation is causation.
that's my science. But that's that story. It's that story. Shouts out
great.
I'm
George Bush.
proud of this person.
Yeah, really proud of you.
It's a great night. Well, I can read a super short story,
Yeah.
or it's not much longer, but it is a crazy, juicy story.
Okay.
What would you prefer, Kate?
No one's coming.
No one's coming.
We can do either. How long is the picture?
Around this amount of time.
Yeah, 35 to 45 minutes.
Yeah, we can do a little short one.
Let's do it. Let's
If it's
do
juicy.
it.
If it's as juicy as you say.
Well, the short one is less juicy. It's more if we're... I think we could get this one in 10 minutes, the juicy one, if we want.
Alex
Or do we
really
wanna
wants to do
Well,
this
I like
story,
to
is
lead
what it's
with
coming
good
down to.
stories.
It's not really up to me or you, as it turns out. I vetoed. You were like, let's do the short one. And Alex said, let's do the
I was
juicy
just
one.
correct. Oh, God.
No, Alex, it's your podcast.
No. Apologies, I'm a curator. And my curations...
Man, I watched a movie where the woman has a weird accent and she says, I'm a curator. In like a really weird accent. So every time Chelsea and I are like putting something together or something and be like, oh, I like how you put that together. It would be like, yes, I'm a curator.
What was the movie?
Can't even remember. It was some rich family and this guy goes to tutor their son. That's pretty much it.
That's exciting.
It does get exciting. I undersold it.
Damn. We'll do the short one though. This one, no.
Do the juicy
no
one.
fake name, no gay sex location. This is a bit back in the past, but it does have an astrology reading.
Okay.
I've gone into the archives for this one. Should we just go based off that? I can look it up. There's literally no fake name or gay sex location.
I think it's i.horoscope.co.
That's what we used to use. It's not coming up. Do we want trulydivine.com or astrology.com?
Truly divine.
Truly Divine. This one seems better because there's no punctuation. Oh my God.
What's the sign?
The sign? Well, okay. Sagittarius sun, Aries moon. Sorry. 1 sec. Aries moon, Capricorn rising.
Okay.
So there's Sagittarius.
Here's
I'm gonna get shot in the head.
So, in Emperor's New Clothes, the child who pointed out that the emperor was naked must have been a Sagittarius sun, Aries moon.
I thought you were starting to read the story.
No, this is
The
our
short story. I promise you the short story does not begin with in the Emperor's New Clothes.
We're just getting some semblance of
It's an
personality.
allegory.
No other combination embodies such candid outspokenness. Dynamic, impulsive, and extremely independent. You lack inhibition and have the courage to say exactly what you feel.
Okay.
All right, that's all we're going to read. We don't
Great.
need any more than that. This is a story about how I made a horrible first impression on my date's roommate. I was on a date with this girl. I think it was a third date or so. We had gone for drinks and it was going pretty well, so we went back to her place. When we walked into her apartment, I came in the door behind her back and turned the lock. For context, the door into my apartment doesn't lock automatically, so every time I walk into my apartment, I have to turn the lock. Being a fairly anxious person by nature, I am very diligent about making sure my door is locked. So naturally, when I went into this girl's apartment, I closed the door.
Naturally.
Turned the lock and thought nothing of it.
Right.
Big mistake.
Oh, no.
Hours later, we finished hooking up, and it's after 1 a.m. My date gets up to check her phone and sees many missed calls from her roommate,
Oh, no.
who apparently has been stuck outside the door for hours.
Oh, no.
She tried knocking and calling, but we, a bit busy, didn't hear anything. My date thought her roommate had forgotten her key, as this happened before, but no, in actuality, she couldn't get in because the lock I turned was, in fact, the deadbolt. I had locked my date's roommate, who I had not yet had the pleasure of meeting, out, and left her stranded in the hallway in the middle of the night. The roommate was very nice and understanding, but I was, of course, mortified and left with
As you should be.
left with a permanent wariness of locks.
Scared of people breaking in, now scared of locking
people,
doors.
yeah, like not breaking it. People getting it.
Just not feeling very Sagittarius to me.
Yeah. Speaking their mind.
I love how if it had been straight sex, the roommate would have been locked out for like 14 minutes.
Yeah.
It would have been a total non-story.
Never would have been
But
submitted.
because
Yeah.
it was gay sex, it took
Yeah, it
forever.
took hours, days. I don't think you should be locking. I don't think you should be messing with people's sort of standard issue things in their home.
But I see why you would. If you're the last one in, then it's your like you wouldn't just leave the door open.
No, you'd close the door, but I would be like, I would ask
You would
which
ask.
locks.
So I think asking is obviously the way.
Yeah.
But it is interesting to me that the roommate didn't hear. Sorry, not the roommate. That the date didn't hear the
yeah,
and was
the
like, oh no,
deadbolt.
no, no, we don't
The
do that.
deadbolt. Yeah, she had ringing in her ears from the upcoming gay sex that they were about to have. Well, that was a great story. I'm sorry it wasn't as juicy as you wanted. Little juice boy didn't get the squeeze that you wanted.
Juice boy didn't get the squeeze.
Juice boy Alex. Juice boy Alex.
Juice boy didn't get the squeeze.
Apologies.
Rude.
But we are running so behind. I don't want to waste Kate's time.
Yes,
I
of
think
course.
we should
Regular episode.
We should do the regular episode.
Yes. We'll jump right into it. Again, please promote your show. This coming up to this camera.
Promote your show.
Well, this is the end of the episode.
Oh,
It's another
I thought we
and
were
then-
starting the
no.
next one.
No.
Okay, please, please, come to my hour of stand-up in the New York Comedy Festival.
Go.
I promise it's funny, smart comedy, no matter what this snafu has led you to believe about my intelligence and ability to read simple instructions. It's November 13th at 8:30 p.m. It's a Wednesday. It's going to be fun. It's at the UCB Theater, Upright Citizens Brigade. Yes, 1113. Tickets are cheap. They're $10. So come. They're $10 until the day of. So buy them now. And it's going to be really fun. I'll hang out after. And follow my Instagram if you don't live in New York at the Kate Sisk. And please sign up for my mailing list, which is in the link on my Instagram at the Kate Sisk.
Nice.
Thank you.
Rock and roll.
Thanks for listening, guys. Thank you so much for donating. You make this possible. For
Yes.
real. You really do. We love you.
And you can submit your stories if you want to submit a story to we'rehavinggaysex.com/WHGS.
And now we have an email alert that will let you know that your story has been read.
Yes. So you better submit them.
So now please don't cancel after we read your story.
And make them juicy so Juice Boy can get his
Yeah,
squeeze.
make 'em nice and
Make 'em
juicy
so I
for
can get
Juice
my
Boy.
vitamin C.
I told
Please,
you not
Alex
to call
is
the clip
wasting
that.
away.
Thanks for listening, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. Remember to set your calendar this Thursday. New pod with Josh Johnson. What's News with You is coming out. I'm so excited to share it with you. I'm really proud of it. It's been a work in progress for a long time now. Josh and I have been talking about doing a podcast together since, 2022, late 2022. And now we're finally here. So I hope you guys like it. I know you're going to like it. It's really special. I think we've created something really special. And I'm excited to share it with you. And then if you want bonus episodes like this of this podcast, you can go to patreon.com/WHGS and sign up. We have tons of bonus stuff for you. Up to 4 episodes of bonus material, bonuses, 4 episodes of bonus, 4 bonus episodes.
I wouldn't have made that mistake, listener.
And then Gay thought,
Should I take over the podcast since I'm so
Listener,
much
write
better
in.
at plugging
has
these
Alex
reads?
learned enough gay to be considered gay? And could he take over this podcast?
I think, yes. If you heard my excellent producing at the start, I think I'm a great candidate. I think I'm a great candidate to take it over.
When I
Out
pick
with
a
the old, in with the
successor-
new, I say.
Yes, yeah, and so new. Actually, under this administration, I think you'd be a great host for the We're Having Gay Sex podcast.
I think so, too.
I think you're the only one that makes any sense. You're a guy, but you're like under 6 feet.
That is true, actually.
And in that way, you are gay.
That is true.
Yeah. Did I hit a nerve?
No.
Oh, okay.
I am 5'11" and proud.
Okay.
But that is
Well,
like
that's
a
one of
weird
the-
one
we
where
can
no
get
one
the-
ever believes you.
We can get the 5'11" flag for you.
What's the 5'11"
The
flag?
LGBTQ plus. The plus is 5 men who are 5'11".
Whoa. I'll take that.
Have a great week, guys.